Yo, what's going on, everybody? Got something a little bit different for you today. We're bringing you guys an advanced guide on the mobile phone game Lord of the Rings Rise to War. I've always been a fan of Lord of the Rings. Growing up as a kid, I used to hit trees in the backyard thinking they were orcs and whatnot. And this game's been out for a couple weeks, and I've been playing the crap out of it. I've been enjoying it. And so I thought I'd bring a guide to you guys, anybody out there who's trying to get past the later stages of the game. I'm going to quickly show you guys some of my stats so you guys know I'm not messing about. Here's my global ranking on my server, personal production. I'm number 8 on the server right now, and I could easily get into the top 5 tonight. I haven't really been playing a lot today, so my production's high. My ring is to a 92. We're balling. Okay, so I do kind of know what I'm talking about here. I've been getting really strong, doing a lot of things. I've unlocked the Dunharrow unit, Army of the Dead. So yeah, we're balling, and I'm gonna help you guys get to this stage too. If you listen to some of these tips and tricks, there's no reason you shouldn't be able to get there too. Some of the first things I wanted to get into: once you get past the early stages of the game, some of the most important things that I think are going to help you are going to be what you're building inside your settlement. As you can see, I already have a lot of things maxed out here because I've been sweating. You can take note of some of the things I already have maxed: main hall 10, barracks to 20, conscription post 20, and some of these things will unlock a lot of great things. The main thing I would say to focus on after you've been doing the stuff in your main quest line, the main thing I would say is your military academy. This is the most important building, in my opinion, that's going to help you get farther faster. The military academy increases your command stat. Max is by 25, which is absolutely massive. And if you don't know what that is, you can go to your army and see your command. 66 command on Gandalf. If I didn't have that command leveled up, it would be at 41. And just to put that into perspective, that would take his army from a 65,000 down to a 39,000 if I didn't have those 25 extra points. So that's absolutely massive. You're gonna want to be prioritizing certain things in your building. Once you get past those beginning stages, and military academy is the number one thing that I think you should be doing. Market's important. At conscription 20, you get 4 Qs, which is kind of nice. It's not anything too crazy because I'm building troops all the time, so that isn't super important. But I think the military academy should be like the number one thing that you're prioritizing building once you're past some of those initial steps. Another thing is going to be getting those tier 3 troops and building those up. So I already have most of my tier 3s unlocked: the guards, the cataphract, the Dunedain, and I just unlocked the Swan Knights, which is the class for Gondor, which they are amazing, let me tell you. So tier 3 troops are going to be very important for some of those later battles. I love the Guardians. They have super high defense, and the master throws are really nice as well. So I really believe that like some of these building things are going to be what sets you apart, takes you to that next level when you're trying to get past those initial stages. Another big thing which is going to help you build more things, get into those buildings, get your military academy up, is going to be the market here. It's absolutely massive. Every day it resets at zeros on the game clock, which is top left, and when that resets, your market will reset, and you can go in here and there's just so many resources. Sometimes it's nice, sometimes it's not, but as you can see here today, I have a 100k grain right there for 8,000 coins, which is just absolute steal. Let me, so you guys can see that right there. 8,000 coins for 100,000 grain is absolutely insane. So that's an instant buy, and that's 100,000 grain just like that. The market is insane. You can get so many resources from it. And not only that, but you can reset the market top left here. You can reset the market 3 times a day. It costs 50 gems, but if you're going to spend gems on anything, that's going to be the most beneficial thing probably that you could spend 50 gems on. As you can see here, there's stone, there's metal, there's grain, there's all types of things. The market is insanely overpowered, and it's really good if you're trying to build a lot of troops or a lot of whatever. Check your market, reset your market. I'm not going to go through it all right now, but the market is absolutely massive for progressing in the game fast. So yeah, market is huge. Definitely want to be checking out the market, getting those resources up. And then let me see what I have here. The next thing that you're probably going to want to do is expand out. So as you can see in my area, a lot of the tiles are already taken. You know, my neighbors are starting to come up on me. Things are getting a little bit cramped. I think we're 2 weeks into this server. So things are starting to get cramped. So what you're going to have to do is build forts out to gain access to other resources, other areas of the map. Any of the circles you see are my circles that I can build within. I'm spread out pretty far, which is great because I have access to a lot of different things. For example, if I want to say there's no higher level tiles by me, I could go to the fort here. I already have my fort right here. I can move a guy there. And then, you know, I could start taking stuff by here. There's a 230 right there. Other lands like that. So expanding out is going to be big when the resources around you kind of dry out. You need to build forts. You need to go elsewhere, see what you can do, and keep capturing the territories that you want to capture. Eagles are... I wanted to touch on eagles if you have access to them. We were given 15 eagles at the beginning of the game in Gondor on one of the tasks, and those eagles are really nice for getting around. I have them on my Frodo and Sam, and I'll just show you an example here of how much faster they can move than some of your regular guys. Say I want to move all the way over here. My eagles will take 3 minutes. You see right there, it's going to take 3 minutes for my eagles to get over there. If I want to send a stacked army, let's say, 13 minutes. So if you have fast troops like that to get around, that's going to help. So you can go build your forts out there, send them back, and do whatever. And then you have access to that region within that circle. You can take any of the tiles there. So that's going to be big for leveling up once the resources around you become dried up, which they will. The next thing I wanted to touch on was the tiles that you're going to be taking, because like I said, a lot of the ones start to dry up and they become... It's tough. There's not like any 200s by me at the moment. There's a lot of resources that are gone. But the resources that you want to be taking are the ones that are going to be underwhelming to you. So like, for example, if I click on this and I try to attack it, it says terrifying. So, you know, I could maybe take this if I ended up sending like 3-4 of my armies in there. I have a lot of stacked armies, but you're not going to want to do that after the starting points of the game, because you're going to be losing a lot of troops. So pretty much anytime you're attacking, you're going to want it to say underwhelming or negligible, just like this. And that way you're going to lose a lot less troops. We had a lot of people in our fellowship saying like, you know, I want to take a 200, I want to take a 230. And then they do it and they lose all their guys. And so that's going to set you back farther. I would recommend grinding the underwhelmings until your armies get higher and you can start getting it to less and less. I wouldn't even take on many evenly matched, honestly. I think that's a big tip that people mess up on, is trying to take things that are higher level than they can afford to take. So try to stick with ones that are underwhelming, that you know you can take, and that's going to help you in the long run save troops and do more things. I've absolutely been nerding out on this game, and I freaking love it. I hope you guys have been enjoying the game too if you've been playing. The next thing I'm going to get into are some of the higher tier tiles. If you guys want to be taking 200s, 230s, 260s, 300s, 310s, there's all types of tiles, and it goes up and up and up. And something I've noticed about those higher tiles is it kind of scales. So for example, a 170, I could easily take a 170 with one commander at this point, no problems. But a 200, it doesn't seem much higher than a 170. The 200s are gonna cause a problem. I don't have any here around me. But if you are wanting to take 200s and up, you're gonna need multiple commanders. Just so you know, you're gonna need multiple commanders, and it's like I said, you don't want to be wasting troops attacking things that aren't going to be helping you. I don't know what I'm scrolling around for. I already know there's no 200s by me. Here's a 230 though. And so if I wanted to take this, it says evenly matched. So like I said, that's going to be tough. I would probably have to send 3 commanders into this. I have taken a 230 before, and let me tell you, I lost a lot of guys. So be careful when you start to take those higher tier lands, because you don't want to lose a lot of troops. Another high tier tile that you could try to capture to get your power up easily are the effigies. You get 500 power from them. It's 235 level armies, which I believe is the same as a 200. Yeah, the 230 is that. The 230 is level 40 armies. These are level 35 armies. So taking an effigy is about the same as taking a level 200 land, but you have to siege them. But effigies are really good for power if that's what you're going for. They're not too difficult to take. If you can take a 200, you can take an effigy. And those are going to be good for power, but they don't give you resources. So if you just want power, then you can. Otherwise, I wouldn't recommend it. Once you start to max out on a lot of tiles, you can see I have 206 available here, and I'm almost full. So one thing that you can do once you start maxing out is abandon tiles. You can click on the tile, see where it takes you, and if I don't think I need this 130 anymore, it's far out here, I don't need it, you can just abandon the tile. And that way you keep your tiles open for higher tier lands that you want to take, and you can just keep progressing, keep moving forward. I'm actually gonna not abandon that one. I need wheat, I need grain right now. So yeah, abandoning tiles is gonna help when you're trying to reach out further, get higher level stuff, and keep progressing. Another thing is gonna be in your ring upgrades. I'm just quickly going through it here. I'll try to divide everything in the description so you guys can tell when everything's happening. Yeah, ring upgrades are going to be super important. The most important one is obviously the middle one, dominance. It used to be every 10 levels, and then they started doing like every other, but you get more tiles from that, which is more power, more resources. The middle one is the most important. You can see what I have my stuff on. I might switch them up here soon. Wisdom gives me focus damage. This gives me commander speed, physical damage, etc. The ones that I have maxed out right now are commander EXP gain from battles or anything like that. That's going to be important for helping your guys level up. Conscription time is another one I have maxed out that just lets me build troops faster. That's really important. I have my march speed maxed out. This helps me get around the map longer. If you've been playing for a little bit and you got some of the forts all over the map, you'll know that it takes a while sometimes. Like I had like over an hour march time the other day when we took a keep. So march speed definitely helps. It's not crazy, but it's going to help in the long run. I also have the reposition speed plus 20%. And then I would probably say the most important ring power besides the tiles is this one right here. It's your commander stamina, and this gives your guy more stamina to do more things, which is amazing. That would probably be the first one I would max if you can, and then focus on the other things. Commander XP is really important. another one I have maxed is the resources gathered from harvest, which I might take off some soon because I haven't been doing the gathering as much. This gives you resources, it's not like an overall resource buff. It's when you go to a tile and press gather on it. So that would give me, if I don't use my boost, 60,000 plus 18,000 from my ring. That's where that bonus is coming in from, which that's a lot of grain. But I've started using my ability points more on mock battles, which I'll get more into in a second here. So that's another good thing on the ring. It's definitely important to have your ring fitted out to the best possible things. I wish I had more points to go into more things here. I can actually get one more thing, which I'll just throw on physical damage for my commanders. More damage, that'll help. Let's see. Another important thing is going to be maxing out on your stamina when you can, especially in the early stages of the game. I haven't been able to do a whole ton lately because we're at war with Mordor. Isengard's knocking. So I've been stacking up my troops and my stamina just in case war breaks out. But in the beginning days when things were still getting started, I did not have any stamina, which is what you want. You don't want to have stamina at the beginning because it means you're wasting those guys. You're wasting your time. If you have extra stamina on a guy and he's not really doing anything, you could also always do like a sweep or something, like my Dwalin. I don't know if I'm going to do much with my Dwalin tonight. Even though this is an easy tile to take for me, I'll still do it because I'll get experience and grain, and I'm not using the stamina anyways. So it's important to max out your stamina when you can, and that'll just be more efficient. You know, you won't have guys sitting there with a lot of stamina. Another thing you can use your stamina on is capturing tiles that are next to things that you want. So say I want this mysterious spring someday, which I'll probably take. It's right next to my base. It'll look beautiful. Add it to my collection. If I have a guy who's not doing anything, I could just build out on these level 1 tiles, start to take it, move up next to him, and I'll burn some stamina there. But if I want to take that spring, then I'll have a tile next to it that I can easily do. So that's another way to burn your stamina. Like I said, it's always important to be using your stam when you got it. Once you get into the high levels, it's going to be really important that you have your commander abilities set up the way you want them. I have a lot of my commanders leveled up nicely here. 2 guys over level 40, my Gandalf and my Aragon, absolute legends. And like I said, you're going to want to make sure your allocating is on the correct things. I haven't gotten my Gandalf up to the next respect, but these beginning ones are very good. I would prioritize, if you have a Gandalf, the healing abilities and different things like that. It depends on which commander you have. All of mine are set up for different things. For example, I just have my Aragon set up for all attack. He's maxed on his attack. Still got a couple more to do there, but Aragon does insane damage, so I wanted to bump it up even more and increase his attack even more. And that's been doing wonders. So when you allocate those points to the correct things, it can be very good. Don't just throw them here or there or whatever. Oh, look at that. My see, free experience. Got some grain. That's what I'm saying. You want your guys to be doing things in the background when you're not really doing much. Another thing is coordinating your weapons, abilities, different things like that. I have Gandalf with the Noldor sword because it does focus damage dealt, and Gandalf's like the only commander I have, I think, that does focus damage. So I have that on him. I have Aragon with the Dawn sword, which helps a lot. It does increased physical damage. So you're going to want to be fitting your guys out to what they're suited for. And I feel like that's pretty explanatory. But some people don't get the hang of it yet. And that's just going to be one thing that's going to give you that edge and be a little bit better, do a little bit more. I just got this belt for Aragon, which gives him melee units recover 5% HP each round, which is huge, you know. So those accessories and the different things like that are going to help a lot with your commanders, making sure they're maxed out, doing the best that they can do. One thing I wanted to talk about too with the commanders is mock battling. I just unlocked Gimli last night and I already have him to a level 28. How? Because of mock battling, which is amazing. This is what I haven't been doing a lot of gathering lately for resources, because I want to save them for mock battles. So if you go to your highest tier level, 230 is my highest that I've captured. You get more experience for the higher ones that you're battling on, and then use your guy and bump it up. Let's see how far away he's from a level, so we can get an idea of how many levels. So he's got about 50,000 experience to the next level. So if I throw him on here, Gimli, it's already 35,000 just for 10 minutes there, and that's one ability point. So that almost gets him a level by itself, but I don't really plan on using my Gimli tonight. I have some other things to do. I might make some more videos, so I'm just going to send him here. I'm going to use all my stamina that he can, and that's going to give him over 250,000 experience. So that level was like 80,000 experience. So this should get me at least another 2 or 3 levels just for nothing, really. It does cost grain, as you can see right there, about 100,000 grain, which is a good bit, but at this point those levels are going to be nice because I don't want to be sending my Gimli out to lower tier tiles, because I'm almost maxed on tiles and I don't want him losing troops. So I'm just going to get him stacked up before he ends up fighting, and he's going to be ready to go whenever I need him. So Gimli's going to go out, and that'll be done in an hour. So mock battles are really nice for newer commanders. I wouldn't recommend it as much for the higher guys, because like, how much is a level on Gandalf? 500,000 on Gandalf. So it's not really viable as much on the higher level guys, but it's a really quick way to get your lower guys up. For people you just unlocked, for commanders you end up getting later on in the game. I can't wait to use my Gimli. Next thing I wanted to touch on is joining a fellowship. If you haven't already joined a fellowship, I'd highly recommend it for camaraderie, brotherhood, and you know, just to have some people to talk to and vibe with on the game that are interested in the same things you're interested in. I'm in the Swanolds and Donalds. I love my fellowship, created by some friends close to me, and as you can see, we're number 2 in our server, which is amazing. We're able to do a lot of big, large-scale things, such as taking different keeps. We took this one a couple days ago. We got plans to go take... Actually, we just did. You can see I made it on the leaderboard here. Swanolds and Donalds. We've been doing big things, and it's so much fun to be in a fellowship. That's really part of what makes this game great, is being able to do those large-scale things with people in your clan. I mean, as you can see, there's a ton of different forts here. These are all different players' forts, and they all came to help on that keep. So being in a fellowship is great. It's going to be vital to progressing, getting further, and trying to win the season. As you can see here, we've been taking over a lot of Gondor down here and doing good. I absolutely love my fellowship. I'd recommend you join a fellowship wherever you can help, depending on what you want to do. It's awesome. One of the final things, this is getting very, very advanced, because not a lot of people are going to be able to do this, but I wanted to touch on the special units. The special unit we have available here is Dunharrow, which gets the Army of the Dead, which I have about I think I have like 15,000 or something. I've been stacking them ready for war. Mordor's been attacking. I think I have 9,000 here, and I have 6,000 stationed on the border with Mordor, because yeah, all full out war is probably going to break out here very soon. They have 40 armies inside their keep. It's getting crazy. But special units are going to be very good for things like PvP, attacking higher tier tiles, and different things like that. The only thing I wanted to say again is to be careful that you don't lose all your troops going for something like that. Make sure you're ready, just like on the 200, 230 tiles. You want to be ready. You don't want to send your guys in there just to lose, and then it sets you back a day or something like that. Also, there are faction specific units such as elephants. Like, we can't use elephants and different things like that. But the special units are going to be very, very good for late game. It's not as valuable like early game. You're not really going to be able to get them or do anything like that. But at this stage in the game where I'm at, and things are getting crazy, like with Mordor over here, special units are going to be huge. So if you have access to them in your area, I would recommend going for them. But just be careful and know that you might lose a lot of troops. I lost about 20,000 troops going for my Dun Haro, but I got it. And for me, that was worth it at the time, because I hadn't been pumping out too many troops. I've been building up, fortifying. The grind is kind of over for me now. I gotta just build troops, relax, get ready for war. But those special units are gonna come in clutch. But it's a very late game thing. If you guys need any tips, tricks on taking some of those down, just let me know in the comments. One last thing I wanted to get into was gems, battle pass, and like some of the daily reset stuff that you can do with gems and other things like that. Every day the store resets in here. You can get your daily discounts. There's a free thing here I already got. I couldn't wait. And then all these things, 3-hour boosts for 50 gems, which is not a ton. I think it's worth it to get the resources. You don't have to spend money on this game, but if you are, I would recommend getting the battle pass. Let me see, the battle pass is right here. I think it was $15, and you get over 7,500 gems, I think I counted, and over 50 of the Matham medals. So it's a value of, I think, well over $100. If you're going to buy one thing on the game, I would buy the battle pass, and that's going to give you gems every day to do whatever you want. It's not like you're going to be sinking cash into this game daily. I haven't spent more than $30 on this game, which I mean, I buy PlayStation games for more than that, and I've been playing this a whole lot more. So if you want to spend some money, I'd get the battle pass. It's going to help. This game isn't super pay to win, which is really nice. It's just going to help with some of the more annoying things, such as speeding up buildings, getting more resources, and doing different things like that. It's not going to help a whole lot. If you have thousands of dollars to sink into the game, you're not immediately going to be better than someone else, but it does help with some of the smaller things, just streamlining everything. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I covered most of the topics. If I missed something, let me know. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. Let me think real quick here. You definitely want to get more commanders. Commanders are good. Max out your conscriptions when you can. I didn't go too much into troop units today. I could definitely make another video on that. I really wanted to touch on the building, getting your military academy up. Don't spread yourself too thin. Keep capturing those higher tier tiles that are underwhelming. Don't do too many terrifying or anything like that, so you can keep building your armies up. Keep getting higher. But yeah, man, thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you got some good tips, info, different things, and I'll be seeing you guys very soon. Peace out.